Good morning, Facebook friends, and it is November 17th, and take a look. I'm outside right now in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and there were leaves on those trees like a week ago, and we're completely leafless because we're going into winter here. I'm wearing my glasses. It's my nerd look for the morning just because I'm blind as a bat. So I'm late, and the reason why was because I was like, I don't know if I want to make these anymore, and I'm thinking it's not the best idea just because I know a lot of people have watch them, and they're good for me as far as when I'm moving forward. I'll see the progress, and I think it's good for other people to hear and be able to share things and whatnot, and people to actually be able to communicate back if they want to, send me a private message or message right on it. So last week I got sick like everybody else with that stupid virus that was going around. Blah. So I sound kind of like right now I'm kind of scratchy throated. I already have a deep voice as it is, but I'm feeling a lot better. Pretty nasty cough and stuff last week. I actually didn't get that kind of sick last year at all. I just had my thing going on, like throwing up and stuff, but I hadn't gotten a cold in a long time, so it was a renewed experience, I guess. Anyway, I applied for jobs, and I want to share experience that I don't think I shared it last Monday, and I just want to put it out there because I feel like lately with the internet, I know I put up a joke yesterday about like caution douchebags, but I'm like more like caution scary people that you could end up on Dateline, and Keith Morrison be talking about you because you trusted somebody that you thought was real. And this happened to me when I was applying for jobs. And I feel like with the internet, we're taking away so much from meeting people face to face. And I know somebody can lie right to your face. I mean, we've all known people like that. But I feel like it happens so much more easily and quickly nowadays than it used to. I know I keep looking over there. There's like literally squirrels over there, and I'm ADHD, so I'm like, squirrel. Sorry. So anyway, this is my story, and I'm sharing it because just be careful who you buy online. Literally, do not buy a knockoff. Buy the real thing. I say that with designer things and everything else. If you can't afford it, don't buy the fake thing. You're taking away from the value of the real thing. And I think with technology, the same thing. So anyway, I was applying for jobs, and this wasn't this past Friday, it was the Friday before, so I don't know, the beginning of November. And I just started applying, and somebody answered to, I don't know, they found my resume on LinkedIn or Career Builder, one of those. They didn't really specify. But they tell me they're a recruiting agency, and they're looking for people exactly as my resume described in my last job, computer science kind of majors, to like do exactly what I did for Google at Genpact, like basically just customer support for a new program. And they wanted me to come in on that Friday, and this guy called me in the afternoon total catching you off guard, you know, and I was like, I don't know if I couldn't go in. I mean, transportation was an issue, and I couldn't make it, you know. I wasn't dressed up or anything yet. That would have taken time, and they wanted me to drive out to this office that was far away because it's a recruiting agency. Domino's Farms is literally 2 minutes from where I live, and I didn't really think anything of this. I just thought, well, maybe they wanted to fill this position really fast. And the funny thing is, they came up with this, that there was one position, and then when I was kind of like, oh, okay, they came up with another one to make it more urgent, like that I came out. So he hangs up with me and tells me his account manager will call me a little later. So about an hour and a half later, I get another call. This is going on like 2 o'clock, you know, now. And he's like, or she's like, called me from her cell phone and was like, can you come out today? You need to come out, you know, we want to fill this position really fast. And I told her what I had told him, you know, it's far away and I could come out Monday. And she goes, well, let's just have you do a Skype interview. And all of the interviewing I have done for jobs, for volunteering, for anything, You gotta remember, I'm not some stupid whatever kid. I'm 30 years old, and I've been through a lot. I bought into this, though, just because, like I said, getting caught off guard, and was going against my intuition. And she goes, "Can you Skype?" And I'm like, yeah, I can Skype. I don't have, I have Android. I'm against Apple products. That's a whole different conversation. But anyway, and I just said, sure, and she goes, well, I'll have my, crony, basically, that I had talked to earlier, call you right back. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, this is a little weird, and, I get on my Skype, and she calls me right away. I don't even know if I gave him my ID, and I wasn't really thinking about this or how weird any of this was. And he's sitting in this office room, didn't even do a jokingly thing like I would have been like, see, here's the company, this is Catherine, my manager, talked to earlier, and didn't do any of that. Just started talking, and within 2 minutes asked for my social security number. And I wasn't thinking, except I got a gut feeling right away, and was like, my intuition is so on too. And I went against it. I've done that many times, and I'm always regret it. And I gave it to him, thinking that, he had to do a criminal background check. That's what he said. And I still thought that was strange. I was like, no, usually they have you come in, and they do that, like, after they do the hiring process. And, I mean, you don't get officially hired until it's done, but you're hired. And they hadn't even met me yet. He was asking for a social security number online. And I gave it to him. And they were like, yeah, we'll have to get back to you Monday, and you'll have to go over there and meet the guy. They never called me on Monday. They never say anything. So I emailed this kid, and he didn't look like I probably Skyped with him for 4 minutes total, too. As soon as he got my social security number, he had to go. And I'm thinking, how many people do they do this to? They're probably like a little scammers team. I mean, nice way to make money, especially because we all post things on LinkedIn and Career Builder, or even on your Facebook profile that they can look up. And I know I have a lot of Facebook friends and things, and I know half the profiles probably aren't real. I just don't really take it that seriously on Facebook, but I really should with how this went. And I emailed him, and he said, oh, well, we found somebody for the job. And I just thought, well, why were you so urgent then about filling it? And it was something that I didn't get really too upset about, but I'm just telling you, be careful, because things like that do exist, and I really thought that was creepy. And I don't know if it was real or not. I really don't think it was. Like I said, my intuition was off. But anyway, on a positive, I'm still looking for jobs, but I want to find something that I can do pretty much permanently while I write on the side. And I'm finishing that book up. I'm still working on it. I need to put everything together kind of on my laptop, because I have pieces in different places. But I want to find something more permanent. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to sub, just because I know that's real. I know it's easy to, get into. And I can start it next month. And they need subs really bad right now. I don't want to permanently teach. I'd like to work with kids, but not in a typical classroom setting. So that did happen, and I'm just sharing it because, like I said, I wanted to make sure people are really careful. And I know people watch these videos, so if you're, just be trusting, but be careful. And I also want to just say, with everything that's gone on, going on in the world, as far as those attacks that happened, and the things that we hear in the news in our own country all the time, as far as like school shootings and things, we have a lot going on every day, a lot of stressful things happening in our own lives. And it is just so important, I think, to make sure people know that I think more people need to have fun in their lives. And I think a lot of us share these battles and things by ourselves because we think, oh, society's taught us, don't talk about that. Don't, your parents, don't talk about that. Just be happy and whatever. And I know I did that for a lot of years, and I am happy. I'm generally just a goofy person, but when I can help somebody who's going through something, I want to, and I want people to know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people that want to help other people and be there, and I believe in world peace in a way that it's never going to happen completely, but I can work towards it. I can be a better person. I can be a more peaceful person here at home. You're not going to solve the issues of what's going on in the complete world, but you can change who you are as a person, and I can change who I am. And I can be a better person. And I know I can be a better person because every day I sin or I do something that I'm not real proud of. And we all do. We're human. But as humans, work on your humanity and how you treat other people. And I just shared something with you where somebody took advantage of my humanity. And that's okay. I mean, I'm over it. I forgive, I forget, and I try to move on. But work on who you are as a person, being as real as you can, being true to who you are, and true to even the problems you have and things you need to solve. It's okay. You're not flawless, you're flawed, so am I. I'm a friggin' mess, but so is everybody. And we're all working on being better people. So if you're thinking, how do I change things or whatever? I know a lot of people say that. Well, I don't know I'm not going to solve world problems or, do any of that. But yeah, you can, right from just one step at a time. You're not going to do maybe move mountains right away, but you can. And if you're a believer like I am in Christianity, then you know that the faith of a mustard seed that Jesus Christ told us, you can move mountains, and you can. And those mountains might stay as molehills, but you can move it forward. And paying it forward is so huge. Doing one thing a day that just is an act of kindness. It doesn't have to be huge. It could just be letting someone know that you care about them. It could be doing something to make someone's day a little bit lighter or lighthearted. I think laughing, I don't think, like I said, we have enough fun. And I think people need to have more fun in their lives. And more smiles and more laughs. That's why I make these. Anyway, okay. So I made this. This is really long. I had to share that story. That's why it was longer. Next week, it's just going to be a quick thankful video. So have a great day and have a great week. You deserve it. You don't deserve anything less than the best. So make sure you're always striving. And send me messages. I like to get messages about those or what's going on or whatever. And like positive messages, not just the random creepy ones I got. So you know who you are. You can always message me. I'm always here for you, and as I move forward with my life right now, I'm at home, so I have a lot more time, but I will be going, like I said, back to work next month. So while I'm working that, make sure, like I said, drop me a line. Okay, peace out, homes. Word.